Hi everyone, today I'm going to bring you along as I do a DIY for Shavuot for our table setting. So you're going to start out with a piece of foam and some pins for florals. The foam I think was 6 by 11 by 1 inch, and then they're just green pins for florals. And then you're going to pick about anywhere from 4 to 6 different kinds of flowers. Just make sure that the colors are coordinating. I picked those up at Michael's, and then I'm just going to cut them, pull them apart and cut them. You'll see later. So and you want one large flower that you're going to use, that's the one large flower that I'm going to use. And this one I'm just going to cut up into small pieces. And moss. 1 bag of moss will be plenty. You can stretch it out. Actually, I didn't even use the whole bag of moss. And then a piece of wood, which I also picked up at Michael's. And you're going to need a glue gun with some glue sticks. I do go through quite a few glue sticks. I'm not sure the exact number, but I did use a lot. So the first step that you're going to start out with is putting some hot glue down on your piece of foam, and then just glue down your moss. As you can see, that's what we're doing right now. I do have my son helping out a little bit with the glue until he's lost interest. So I'm just going to put my moss down. And here I'm showing you how to pull it apart, because some of the pieces will come kind of chunky and you want to pull it apart to get the most use out of it, so it really covers a larger area than if you just left it in big chunks. So I do put moss on the top of the foam as well as all 4 sides of it. Looks like I ran out of glue. This is the first time I'm doing a voiceover, so you'll just have to bear with me. Okay, so here's the sides. I have the sides done, and I'm just working on the top of it. And you will see little patches that are left open. So after you're done and you just find your little patches, just go through and fill those in with little tiny pieces of moss. And here I'm just patching up the little spots. And I did get burned a few times. The glue is obviously very hot, so I started using the top of a pencil to push it in there just so I didn't keep burning my fingers. Then you can see the little patches that you can kind of see the foam still through, so I'll go ahead and fill those in as well. And then here's what it looks like once all the patches are filled in, and it's completely covered in moss. And then I'm going to go ahead and clip the flowers. I did use scissors. It's a little bit difficult, but if you have wire cutters, it works better. So once I've got all my flowers cut, then I'm going to go ahead and set them on my moss. Just kind of do a place setting just to see where I would like them before I pin them down. Some of them I pinned down, the large flower I pinned down. Some of the smaller ones I used the hot glue gun and glued them down. But the majority of them I used the pins. There's the floral green pins you can just pick up at a craft store. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if I got those at Michael's or if I may have picked those up at Walmart actually like a while ago. So once I've figured out where I want to put my flowers, then I go ahead and secure them all down. And that's what it looks like. That's my finished DIY. I really like it a lot, and it's something that I can just put away and use year after year. In the spring, I'm just gonna put it on the piece of wood that I have and set it in the center of the table, and that will be our table arrangement for our cheviot table. And then here I'm just showing that I did take some of the flowers apart and just used like some of the petals or some of the middle pieces. And just go ahead and make it your own. And there's the piece of wood that I set the styrofoam on once it's complete. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed watching the DIY. And if you'd like to see any more DIYs, just let me know. Bye!